Moments ago, sources say the New York Giants are expected to replace Daniel Jones with Tommy DeVito as their new starting quarterback. The Giants are 2-8. They are coming off their bye. Jones has 2 years remaining on his contract with no guaranteed money. $23 million for next year's contract would be guaranteed in the event that Daniel Jones is injured. Let me make it as clear as I can what's happening here, because this was to some degree extended.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Just Simply Sports here with me. I am Kaj, and now let me just make it pretty clear what's happening here. Hold up. Let me just go back. Where are my manners? If you are new here, welcome, like, subscribe. If you're not new, you've been here. I so appreciate you. Each and every one of you who like, subscribe, comment. I take the time as much as I can to respond because I do appreciate you taking the time to support me. It does not go unnoticed, okay? Now back to this, okay? So forget what Greeny is saying and just listen to your girl, okay? Because I never want anyone to be unemployed, but New York Giants got what they deserved. Point blank end of period. They did not want to play Saquon Barkley, even though Saquon was the reason that you had any kind of success with Daniel Jones because he was throwing the ball to Saquon. They didn't want to pay him, so you paid Daniel Jones and you got what you paid for. So honestly speaking, I don't root for anyone, to lose their job, but it was time. It was time. It wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. I don't know if it's the lack of weapons around him. I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know what it is. Maybe he'll have a resurgence someplace else, in a different team. Maybe, Sam Darnold, he'll go someplace else. And next thing you know, like, oh, wow, look at Daniel Jones. Maybe he was New York. Maybe he's not that bad. We'll have to wait and see. But bottom line is, they're giving him that Russell Wilson treatment like they did in Denver, those last few games. They want to make sure that that he stays healthy, that he does not get injured, because what it sounds like to me is that they're trying to move on from Daniel Jones. And this is the reason why I decided to go with Tommy DeVito. We know he had a little bit of success last season when Daniel Jones was out. But the bigger thing to me, what I think, and I could be wrong because I don't have any inside information like how Greeny has with Shefty, but my personal thoughts, and this is just me, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now, we all know that Shedeur Sanders is going to be going top 3, right? And the way this is looking, like they'll be picking top 3 because the season is just over, okay? Shedeur Sanders, starting QB for the Giants. New York, I'm in New York, is a huge market, and he has that personality, that charisma, excitement back to New York because the Jets are just another team that's just done. New York is just like done as far as football is concerned this season. But to have Shedeur Sanders come here with his personality, his chutzpah, I love to say chutzpah, his charisma, his talent there, of course, obviously he has room to grow. He's not perfect, but I think he's a lot better than Daniel Jones. I think that much. So you get a Shedeur Sanders, and dare I say, will Dad be coming? Will we get Shedeur, and could we possibly get Deion Sanders as well to join him in New York? Because if you ask me, Brian Dable needs to go. I know that he did wonders when he was at Josh Allen in the Buffalo Bills as the OC, but being the OC is very different than being the head coach. I feel like sometimes we automatically assume because someone has been a great defensive coordinator, a great offensive coordinator, that means they can just come into the head coaching seat and then just, fly away with it. Now, that may happen sometimes, but more times than not, like, people belong where they belong. You know what I mean? And even if Daniel Jones is one thing, but if you are really that strong offensively, I feel like Daniel Jones shouldn't look this bad. The O-line shouldn't look this bad at all. Now, I think Josh Allen looked great because Josh Allen is extremely talented. That's my quarterback. Argue with somebody else, okay, that's my quarterback. But because he's so talented, I feel like whatever Brian Dable was doing, it was no way it was going to fail completely. I know obviously he had, Stephon Diggs back then and he was younger, but he had such an elite level of talent. I feel like even with a less experienced OC, you just let Josh be Josh, or, you try to minimize, him having to turn over the ball. You'll find success because you have someone with that kind of level of talent. It's only but so much you can do with Daniel Jones. And I feel like, they got to the playoffs and he got him paid and he got that coach of the year. and it was masked because Brian Dable, Daniel Jones, and just looked like it looked better than what it actually was. The New York Giants kind of fell for the okie doke, and they let go of Saquon, who is flying with the Eagles, fly Eagles fly, run into an MVP nomination if you ask me, and here you have Daniel Jones, who was just like regular degular schmick. I don't know what's going on with him at all, but Shedeur Sanders, starting QB, New York Giants. Deion Sanders moving right into that head coaching position because I feel like they need a whole entire new coaching staff. I don't think bringing in a different quarterback is going to just take this team to the next level. I feel like if they want to start rebuilding, which is what they should be doing at this point, cold season is a wrap. Start rebuilding and start rebuilding now with the talent you have coming out of this draft. Get you Shedeur Sanders, get Shedeur, get Deion. Like LeBron and Bronny have that thing going that's historic. So it'd be even more historic. Just as a actress, this is black men, and being who they are, being who prime time is. There's no way to me that it may not be a breakout season. You know what I mean? Things take time to rebuild, but I guarantee you that this team will not look the same. And of course, he's a player first, also a champion. They're gonna have a different level of respect for him. He can relate to them on so many different levels. And I think it will be a really, really good move. If he can take Colorado from 1-11, 1-12, obviously the first year wasn't the best, but they made some progress. He rebuilt that whole entire organization and changed the whole culture over there in Boulder, Colorado. I know he can do it here. It may not happen overnight. It may be more than one season, but I believe that Deion, do you believe? I believe that Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders taking over New York would be the best thing for this organization. Those are my thoughts. What are you guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments. I, of course, will see you in the next video. And if you haven't already, you should hit that like and subscribe button because why wouldn't you? Peace, y'all.